Alrighty, hello and fantastic morning to every peoples. So, since last time, a few little changes have been made to the party and stuff as a whole here. Just to oh, interesting. Okay, the emulator decided to misbehave real quick. There we go. Now it's working properly. Anyway, so a couple minor changes have been done. First of all, Aznabel. Apparently this guy has been up to some serious grossness off in the background. As in, I kind of just recently found out at least a vague recollection of the backstory behind this guy, so screw it. He's not even getting a chance to get promoted. He is fairy now. Anyway, let's see, aside from that, we've got Nancy. I haven't used her in friggin' ages, so she's also a fairy now, or she's a gremlin now. And then the cleric also became another fairy. So yeah, gonna go ahead and do it that way. Also, guess who actually got lucky with like a run of about, I think it was like 6 fairies or something that he actually was able to find out in the wild finally. I think that speed up thing I was doing might very well have actually been the reason for issues that were happening. Okay, that's what's going on. Okay, that was weird. I was getting some weird feedback here. And I just noticed I actually had the volume on my phone, which I was using to kind of test if the video was working right. And, yeah. Like, why am I hearing a weird whistling? What the hell's wrong? Am I getting some weird feedback issues or something? But no, it turns out it was that. Anyway, so, ran into a bunch of fairies, figured, you know, what the hell, maybe I'll make him go solo, and guess what freaking appeared? So yeah, Rick's all evil now, so he's evil enough to be a lich. Won't be able to go back? Who cares? It's a lich. You don't need to go back from that. Love that he immediately throws away the items that he wound up equipping anyway. So, first off, can we... out of curiosity, yeah, does this actually improve his stats? Probably. Bloodstained Robe, probably the best thing he's going to get. Actually, all of this stuff is probably the best he's going to get. Interestingly, I can swap out his element, though Bane is probably going to be the best one for him anyway. So yeah, Rick the Lich is finally back, after he lost his Ring of the Dead and the Divorce, since last game, so there we go. Cool beans, cool beans. Out of curiosity, can I change his class at all? Okay, no longer available. Perfect, that's the way it should be. Okay, let's go ahead and form a unit then, with you at the back of it. Oh, nice. 3 attacks with an AoE. Man, that's pretty amazing. Alright, let's put a Hype Fairy right there. Hopefully give him a little bit of a boost. Let's give him a Sleepy Gremlin, let's give him another Hype Fairy up here, and then let's give him another Sleepy Gremlin. And there we go. He should be able to completely dominate now. What else? You know, actually, where's Aznabel at? Okay. I feel like it's only fitting that he winds up being in some completely useless role, so he's going to be out in the scouting group over here. They've been doing next to nothing for quite a while. Who else needs to be replaced? Troy needs a couple fairies, so you know what, Troy, tell you what, you get Rapari, because he's one of our better attackers. So he goes over here, Kiknos, you're going to be the one guarding him, and then you are going to replace his other one over here. And then, yeah, we're probably going to have to, I don't know, going to have to figure out something for actually getting everybody revived. In fact, yeah, let's throw another gremlin on you. I feel like sleep gremlins are probably the way to go with him. It's probably one of the few ways he can actually win fights. So there we go. And yes, I'm aware of how much more damage he'd be doing if he went for a different class. Actually, there was a pretty good thing that Vale was suggesting earlier, which was that as far as the mod's concerned, it really would be a good idea if like the Cataphract just had the ability that they can't be moved. So like if they get crit, that they can't get knocked backwards. It would probably at least be something to make them a bit more worthwhile. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and pop these suckers back here. Should keep them relatively safe, and then the 2 fairies are just kind of there as a little bit of a guard, and then, yeah. Actually, we can probably put Troy at the front. He's kind of guarding everybody. Seems like a good, reasonably solid plan. And I don't think there's anything else I really want to get done, so let's go ahead and save it real quick, just in case we get more issues. Actually, I got really lucky that I did manage to actually remember to make a hard save for once, because my quick save actually did get corrupted when I was going, and for some reason when I turned Aznabel into a fairy and then I guess, saved twice. Like, it just didn't exactly go well. Whoa. What happened here? Where is he? Oh, dude, did he... Oh, right. This is the thing where Yuma will just basically ice these guys. I guess he left his concubine behind? Wait, he was already what? Super demonic or something? I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. Those other guys just died immediately. He's gonna kill her and something's gonna happen. Huh. It's like, yeah, no, you totally makes sense. You're the one who did it. Like, you kind of briefly stunned me that one time. That means you can insta-kill 4 guys with no trouble. Reasonable assumption. Although I do like that guy's actually investigating what happened. I do like that the bad guys in this game actually, you know, they're actually trying to accomplish their goals. It's nice. It's a refreshing little change. So, make our headquarters in Vitegra. You know, for when you have those masculinity issues. Anyway, to the southwest. Maybe that's why Hugo picked this place. We'll march to the Temple of Birth, a day northeast of Vitegra. Goal is to retake the temple from Lotus. Nifty. Scout reports that air units are heading towards us. Oh man, they gonna die. They also spotted air units around the temple. It'll make it difficult to reach. Conveniently, we just found a lich, so that should be a complete no-brainer. Although, yeah, there's... I don't know why I'd be using legions right now. I'm disappointed because I really wanted to figure out a use for them. Wait, that's the last of their army? Are you serious? They lasted 3 maps? Is that all they really sent? It's like every other game, they're like, we're gonna send the friggin' 100 billion dudes, and this one they're like, we've got enough to guard like a handful of towns, and not very well at that. So, there we go. We tried. Got one guy with a bunch of crazy demon rocks, though. Alright, there we go. Oh, and we're back to the other music. Interesting. I wonder what that means. I wonder if the background music has anything to do with Chaos Frame. Because I think we did some good stuff recently, right? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, so, they're saying air units are coming. I'm saying friggin' anti-air brick machine gun. So, stick you here, and you go murderize the capital, please. Where's Butts? You go capture that place. And then Troy can probably go capture that one over there. There we go. And yes, I am expecting them to do a lot by themselves. Alright, let's probably send... Yeah, I'm going to send the archers out as a little bit of an advance force of sorts. So we can send those out here. Dio can probably also take a town. We'll see how many of them succeed. You can take this one. Leah, you're actually going to back up the center push, and then we're going to have the other archer going on defense. So where are you at, Miss Deborah? Alright, I'm going to have her stay in the capital, though. Barbara's probably going to do a better job with defense and, you know, overall. And then Canopus, you're... I kind of just want to use him as a scout. So you're going to go over here and try to defend this neutral town, I think. And since he's all fast-like, Steve's going to go over here. He's just going to try and intercept everybody before any real problems happen. Alright, Steve, tell you what, why don't you go ahead and eliminate unit after unit, because it's what you do best. It's what you do best, after all. As much as I want to test out Rick right now. Oh, what a shame. You could have potentially had some winning here, but oh well. Goodbye! He's so overpowered. Well then. Nice party you had there. But yeah, that weapon pre-igniter is amazing. Again, I'm never gonna remember what it's actually called. It's the weapon pre-igniter. I don't care. It is exactly what that thing is. So if you've never played FTL, the reason that I'm referring to it as that is because, yeah, The main shtick of that game is effectively like if you played this, except it was Oregon Trail and also, ooh, Phoenix Mail, nifty, and also all of your attacks were Pendras. Like that's like your main shtick more or less. So anyway, so yeah, the weapon for Igniter was basically exactly that thing right there. Like you, you would more or less, that's okay. Like you'd basically enter into a fight, and most of the time it was something like, you know, your more powerful stuff just took ages to charge, so you wouldn't necessarily always have them available. Specifically, there were Gatling lasers, auto lasers, and the glaive beam. So here's the thing about the glaive beam. Like the way that game worked is like most weapons, if they could do 1 damage, you were good. That thing could do 5 per each room that it hit, because basically your entire ship is just like a layout of rooms. So you'd put it next to 3 rooms, and it could nearly like insta-kill anything. Each thing could have up to 4 layers of shields. Now, with regards to those shields, they like every 1 damage pierces 1 layer, meaning that this thing could basically just slice through shields. So automatically ridiculously good. But then on top of that, every time that it sliced through, it ended up taking off a layer. So in essence, you're basically getting full damage almost all the time. Like it was just ridiculous. So usually you would have that combined with something else, and you would just enter into a fight. They're sitting there charging for ages because they can't get that upgrade. Like the AI can never get the pre-igniter. And so yeah, you can just basically enter into fights, unload everything, completely like disable any systems that you need to, and it's just like, okay, there's no fight left. Like they're just gone now. Man, I really should cover more of that game. I freaking love FTL. Oh, by the way, nice to see you guys. Also, goodbye. Oh, that thing is so good. That thing's so good. Like, Steve doesn't even need another extra ferry here. He's just carving through like nobody's business. Yeah, I'm sure glad you had that cataphract there. Okay, Braxton, can you please go lay down? I would greatly appreciate it. I don't want to know why you're soaked. This is not information I need to know. Alright, Steve, tell you what. I forgot to even give him a healing items, the funny thing. Go ahead and swap, let's say, these 2 ferries. Pop this one over here, and they should be relatively safe-ish, and you're gonna go ahead and take this town. So that's the stronghold taken all quick-like. I'm assuming Mr. Pruffless is gonna be the boss of this particular arena. Mr. Butts, tell you what, why don't you go ahead and take out this Mr. Birdie Man. I'm still waiting to see Rick in action, but unfortunately we haven't quite gotten there. I'm not even sure if that's just like joke broken German or what. I don't know what that was. Anyway, whatever it was is what it was. So yeah. Anywho, they got more levels. He's gonna go ahead and revive his dead fairy here, because this seems to be the revival town. And we can probably sell some stuff, since I'm pretty sure, based on the ridiculous power that this party's carrying around, we probably shouldn't have too many issues overpowering most things. Alright, what do we got here? Lotus, Latrium Army, and the Revolutionary Army. How dare you quarrel on this land? Have they forgotten the legend of their own ancestors? Nah, I mean, we're just like running around, pretty much stabbing across the countryside, don't worry about it. But yeah. So, first of all, how much monies do we have? Ooh, I forgot to do training, so we have a crap load of monies. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic! We're actually going into a fight with a friggin' surplus. This never happens. Alright. Go to the den, accomplish some stuff. Do we need my skills? Oh, dang. Yeah, I need your rap skills, lady. Come on. Bring them back to life. Perfect. And now we just hang out on this town for a little bit, while the others go and clean up. As far as I can tell, I don't think we're even going to have any wingling units making it to the capital. Though I have Steve here to bum rush theirs if need be. And also, I need to remember to give that exit gate to Rick. He seems like I haven't even seen him in action yet, and I know for a fact that he's a perfect, like, get out of anything free card right now. 75, yeah, no. He's got defense, he's got offense, this guy's got everything. Whew. Yeah, how much was that? 270 damage in a single round? Man. How the heck? Okay, fair enough. You only get one Dragoon, so fair enough. Yeah, no, forget the whole healing ability the Paladins get. That's better. I'm assuming they probably do some crazy damage against dragons, too. Alright, that chicken's gonna do nothing. Alright, power up. And you're going for the gremlin. Plus side is, oh no. Oh no, all their damage just got taken out. No, come back! Okay, recover, take it. Okay, well, if they get engaged again, as long as nobody falls asleep, there's actually a possibility there. But it's fine, they did some damage, they'll be okay, and if anyone can actually get a hit off, Rick should be able to finish them. Right, come on. Barbara, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and hurry up here. Because we got birds that are about to go curb stomp her butthole over here, and that's not great. What's your status? Not very good, I'd assume. I wish I could just send those fairies back to base, but you know what? Kinda thinking it's time to just go ahead and bum rush it. He actually wouldn't make it on time, even given that. Can we deploy anyone else? Meridia? Yeah, tell you what. You go ahead and attack first. She might die, that's alright. Okay, sorry for disappearing out of nowhere like that. Happens sometimes. Now, did they accomplish anything here? Alright, Wurzel, how you doing? Well, they took out his gremlin, so at least they're not going to be putting anyone else to sleep. Now, Now, Meridia might die, but that will allow us to immediately deploy somebody else. So that should be alright. Unfortunately, she got... she had time to respond, but her only answer was, nah, let me sit here and die. Alright, you gonna do anything, or what? Cool. Good talk. Alright, give me my menu. Alright, we can put Vad out here, we can put Aisha. So Vad, go make this happen. So if Vad's able to do this, it'll have to be through use of the Pendra. Because I might at least get them off of the whatever it is here. Alright, so extract. So he's got to do above 100 here. Come on, buff him! What are you numbnuts doing? Okay, so he's not going to win on damage. I can't activate the Pendra. Okay, never mind. This is going to be a fluke, isn't it? Well, that's fine. That's fine. If it's a fluke, it's a fluke. Now, you want to exit? Yes, I do. It's some nonsense, I must say. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I see that mechanic, it kind of bugs me a bit. Like the whole, you gotta specifically, you know, defend the capital in that one specific way. Because if they so much as touch it, it's over. It's like right there, and yeah, there we go. They took the Vitagra. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit this button then. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. So, have we made units? Have we made all of that? Yes, okay. That's fine. Go ahead and do that again, this time without the weird technicalities. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that system at all. It's just so weird. Like, okay, so to explain a quick thing. If you've never played March of the Black Queen, obviously they do have the whole, you know, retreat mechanic, all that kind of thing. So, like, great, that's one part of it. Like, the main part of it is, yeah, if you end up losing your capital in that one, you're basically forced to retreat, and then you take a massive reputation penalty, which makes sense. Like, you got pushed back because you lost your supply network, and then you go back and you do it again. So, okay, if you want to do an Iron Man run, perfect. Works out perfectly. So, yeah, I guess the implication is that Hugo got lost, but to be fair, I can't really say he's, like... I don't know. His main contribution seems to be, hey, look, I made a map. Now go stab something. Anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, I was saying earlier, it would be kind of cool if the mod would be able to put something in where you'd be able to reclaim your capital, because obviously there was no losing that fight. But anyway, whatever. It is what it is, which is a weird win condition, so let's put it that way. Anyway, the actual main reason that it bugs me is, yeah, that in March of the Black Queen, like, if in order for somebody to actually capture a city, they have to be completely on the tile. In this one, if they so much as touch the center area, like, I think it's, like, about 2/3 of that box, they've already taken it. So, like, in that one, you would see, like, multiple units stacking on a city, and they'd be fighting over that city and fighting over that city, and they would be able, like, they'd be sent back, and you could send them right back in, and it would be an actual fight. So if the mod's able to do it, I would hope that they would do something along the lines of, like, maybe not, you know, setting the retreat distance not be nearly as far, because it is pretty unfortunately far. I'll say that much. So yeah, hopefully the retreat distance wouldn't be as far. Hopefully we'd see something along the lines of, you know, obviously they can't rewrite the game to allow you to, you know, retreat and come back, but, you know, who knows, just something. Just some kind of method to hopefully avoid that situation would be pretty nice. Alright, so I'm going to just deploy Troy there. Just leave them all in defense if it's going to be that way. Because literally all that happened is one guy got through, and he had a bad, like, he had a bad party and everything, and then one archer got put to sleep, so we couldn't use the Pendra. You know, the usual kind of boo kind of situation. It's like, yeah, they technically got it, but... that kind of thing. That kind of thing. Alright, and then let's put Meridia out here, and then, yeah, that'll be that. Reason I'm putting Meridia out there is, yeah, because she can get killed off and still come back to life. So there's that. So there's that. Now then, Steve's gonna go ahead and curb stomp their entire army again, as he does. It's actually a little funny that he takes the route through the mountains, because technically speaking, there's no reason for him to do so with his stuff. Ooh, he's itching for action now. Also, wait a minute, why does he not have a skull or anything? He looks like a weird ninja. Strike, 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 whatever. This... Wait, that's only... Come on, do better. I'm just gonna use this because I want that stupid thing gone. There we go. Don't know why you're being so sucky about targeting your AoEs, but whatever. I mean, he's okay, I guess. Could be worse. Could definitely be worse. Alright, yeah, you just go ahead and go back on defense, and let's send Troy out to take his place. I think probably setting him autonomous might help him target things a little bit better, because he's automatically targeting the strongest unit instead of what'll do the most damage. Alright, weapon for Igniter. Make it happen. Insta-delete. Deleted. It's actually funny because that means with that item and, let's say, 3 paladins plus maybe him in the back, plus, I don't know, maybe a Diana or something, they would absolutely be able to use 2 Pendras in a single fight. So, yeah, that's not overpowered or anything. He will carve through these guys like butter, but I want to, you know, go a little bit smoother than butter. So there we go. There's their leader gone. We're gonna do a little bit of damage, but it's alright. It's alright. It's just fine. Duh. Look at that, they think they're damaged. Okay, I'm gonna have him take the town on the left, just to have a little bit of a nap. Steve currently dictates the pace of every fight, so might as well. Actually, I want to do that, or do I want to wait for his support to arrive? Yeah, you know what, no. Just go back to that other town you were taking. Whatever. Whoever you run into wouldn't be an issue. Won't be an issue, rather... Kinda wish that they had a better heal, but what can you do? Alright, Troy. I'll tell you what. Why don't you go intercept? Yeah, these guys were a bit scared of Steve, but now they're gonna come out to attack the archer. Alright, come on. Come on! You got it. You can do it! There we go. You can do the damage. Yeah, she's perfectly well got this. Do I want to use the Pendra? Not really. I want to save the Pendra for the boss. Yeah, they just barely survived that one. Oh well. The Dragoon squad is right behind them, so no real worries. They'll take that town and get all their rest up later. Encounter wild earth dragon. Well, I guess you better shank it. Like, I would say live and let live, but, no. Because quite frankly, that doesn't make sense to do right now. Because we can potentially get loot. And loot is really good, and I've been told that there's a lot of really good loot that comes from these later maps. Specifically, apparently, the item that lets you defect units to your side. Oh, just a heal seed. Whatever. But yeah, apparently that you can somehow grind up that Love and Peace thing, which lets units defect to your side. So that's handy. Right, now is anybody going to be able to actually hit that guy? Like, maybe the Gremlin? If they could go ahead and stop dying so hard, that'd be fantastic. But, what can you do? Yeah, they just keep getting crits. What, do you have a friggin' crit bonus? What is that? It's literally the only reason that they won that. It's because they got 3 crits in a single fight. Get that nonsense out of here. Alright, Mr. Dio, what you got for me? If it's anything short of complete and utter devastation, I'm disappointed. And yeah, he does not disappoint. It's a completely melee-focused team, except for that one guy, but who cares, because he's doing his weird sword laser that still hurts him for some reason. And yeah, we have 1 slash left on... Ooh, holy crap, 260? Jeez! Okay, currently Dio holds the damage record then. Wow. That's a bit nuts. Just a little bit. Alright, Steve's gonna go finish off these guys, as he does. Or this one guy, rather. Slash, asleep. Yeah, single targets are nothing at this point. They literally cannot do anything to him. Man, this thing, like... so I found out Bisky is apparently a pretty okay guy. But I will say, like, just the fact that he died to give us this fancy sword, his sacrifice was totally worth it. Alright, how are those other penders looking? Not even close to charged, so I'm going to leave it at that. You're going to take out that one. Then we'll take one more attack to take out the leader. Alright, they dodged a little bit. There we go. I'm going to let them retreat. Because they've taken out the leader, these guys should just wander at this point. So they're going to camp real quick, recover a slight bit, and then they're going to attack again. Seems like a solid choice. I think one of the items actually makes them camp faster, too. Look at this guy. He's going to be like, man, I totally got this. I got it. I'm going to be the guy that gets him. Yeah, look at that. Their rest took like 5 seconds. Fortunately, that means they also didn't recover very much, but that's fine. They can go take that town and recover inside that town. I don't know why I didn't think to do that in the first place, because they literally just chased them away. It's almost like I repeatedly forget this game's mechanics or something. Just maybe. It's a possibility, at least. Yeah, so at this point, if we're actually going to have a money surplus from each of these fights, I think I might be able to start affording to recover units again. Alright, so they technically lost, but that leader only has one more little plink to actually take him out. No big whoop there. Right. You go ahead and take out this one. Is this our guy? Okay, tell you what, don't accidentally take that town, if you could. I don't think they actually will take the town on accident. Like, I know they couldn't march to the Black Queen. I don't think they can accidentally take towns in this one. But then again, I've been completely wrong on a lot of things in the past, so... You know, the usual shtick of who friggin' knows. Don't know what that team was supposed to accomplish. Feels like they just took the one sorceress they had left in the party, as well as just a pile of other random units. I'm like, yeah, let's see what happens if we send these in. You know, what's the worst that can happen? Well, sir, they can get completely and utterly thrashed. Well, don't think about it. Don't question it too much. Oh, here's these douches again. Yeah, go for the leader. Alright, is anybody ever gonna actually power up the one unit I need them to power up, or what? Is that just a foregone dream at this point? It's like there's exactly one unit you need to hit. It's a 1 out of 3 chance, and then they hit it like once the entire fight. Like, honestly, 1 in 3 odds are not that bad. Like, considering the amount of times that I completely rely on 10 to 15% chances in so many of these other games, just to, you know, kind of edge out little machine gun victories here and there, you'd think it would work a little bit better, but anyway. I guess, like, especially you'd think it would work better because the amount of times that it gets a chance to even trigger is so often here. Actually, speaking of stuff triggering, the other day I was thinking, like, as far as continuing weird tangents on this particular run, I'm gonna finish up the runs that I'm doing now. I'm gonna try not to start anything new for a little bit, but after some runs start finishing up, there was one that I wanted to do, which was to like remake the core Zenobian team, and then just like basically do a Wasteland 2 run using those characters, just to kind of see how it would go. Just like do an Iron Man run. So yeah, that game is so dang good. Though realistically, what's going to end up happening is we're going to get to the end of Chapter 1, and then, like, everyone's going to die because somebody tried to search through a pile of poo, and it exploded. So, you know, some critical skill check is just going to get everybody absolutely murdered. As that game goes. Actually, it's kind of funny, because in earlier versions, it used to be way worse. Like, specifically that, like, poo nuke thing I'm mentioning. It was near impossible to play that thing. Like, especially on an Iron Man run, it was completely impossible. But it was dang near impossible even on a regular run to make any progress whatsoever, because friggin' everything would kill your party. It was ridiculous. Like, I'm not even joking about exploding poo. Like, literally, there's a side quest early on, like, okay, there's a bunch of dung piles or whatever, if you could, like, pick that crap up, just shove it in a bag, and bring me a bunch of it, you get a crap load of money for it, and then, like, no pun intended, I'm sure. And then what ended up happening is, yeah, like 9 times out of 10, unless you had somebody like go and like pass a traps check, pass a, I think they needed an explosives check in order to be able to extract poo without it exploding. And there was no indicator of that at first, so like I was playing that thing from day one because I was extremely excited about it. But yeah, no, the skill checks were stupid. It was truly impressive. Alright, tell you what, Steve, go ahead and maybe revive a couple dudes, huh? Man, Wasteland 2 is so good, though. Like, in its current version, it's amazing. It's easily one of the best, like... I don't really know what to call it. It's just, like, open world, like, kind of old school RPG kind of thing, isometric RPGs and that kind of thing. Personally, it's probably my favorite. And yes, it's compared with all your Baldur's Gates and stuff like that, which, truth be told, I know I got into it a little bit late, but, like, I've what is apparently the best version of Baldur's Gate 2, I've tried like 6 times, I just can't get into it. And I think it's mostly just because it looks like absolute crap when I go and try to use it on any modern computer. And I know there's an HD version, and I know it's supposed to be really good, but... like, I know, complete pleb for not liking it, but still. Huh, he might actually have to retreat here. Alright, there we go. He can retreat. He can retreat and take the city back. That's perfectly fine. So I don't think they've got anyone else charging. Let's see. Yeah, they've got the birds coming in, but I'm pretty confident in his ability to take on some birds. They've got the cataphract coming in from the north. Hopefully Butts will be able to catch up with them. Honestly, if they had any unit with a speed bonus, I feel like that's what I'd... Okay, so why I'm going on about speed bonuses. Previously, there was a discussion over, you know, what their intended goal was between some classes. And so, specifically what I was told is that it seemed like the goal was between Dark Knights and Paladins. The Paladins would do 3 small hits and have the ability to heal, while Dark Knights would have 2 heavy hits and essentially have the ability to cast. Now, obviously the main issue was that, yeah, your small hits ended up scaling up so dang well that they just wound up being the best class without question. Or, at least so far as I've seen. Actually, next to the Dragoon... Nah, they're still the best average class, because the Dragoon, I think, counts as unique. So, anyway. So, yeah, point being, it was something like that. Now, I feel like they really could have maybe made some better headway with stuff like maybe ninjas moving faster or something like that. But, anyway. So Steve's just gonna sit there. Oh, God's sake, he's getting attacked again? Okay, come on, don't die. We've got Pendras, but yeah. Fine. We have to abandon the city. Butts will be able to take it back, but there's no way for him to solo that many guys. Like, he can carve through a lot of them, but all of those crits that he took kind of put a damper on efforts. So we're going to go ahead and move him down here, since Dio's about to take this town. Butts is going to take over for the charge over here. So you're going to go ahead and take it. And what do these people think of us? Hello there, Mr. Cowman. How's it going? Why'd you come here? You're trying to bring the ravages of war. It's already here, though. Like, they're literally already here. They literally already took over. Why are we the bad guys? We're trying to kick them out. Alright, tell you what, Rick, why don't you take this town over here? That should be a... Yeah, that should be a pretty good setup. So Steve gets a chance to recover. We're going to lose that town, but again, not really much that I could do about that. For obvious reasons. So Butts is going to go take out all of the little dregs that managed to finally take over. Little douches. And we're getting rapid crits again. Did they start this map with a crit bonus or some nonsense? Because it sure as hell feels that way. This feels like literally every time they're attacking, they're like crit, 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 crit. It's like left and right. Lost so many dang fairies, it's not even funny. It actually is a little bit funny. But anyway. So yeah, Steve's gonna go and recover. Leah's still finishing off that squad. They'll eventually do it. I mean, now that the groups are actually doing pretty respectable damage, I think this run's gonna take off in speed a little bit. Thing is, I decided to go and check out all of the towns. So probably if I didn't do that and I just had everybody hold defensively and had Steve take the capital, which I probably will do going forward, like, that would definitely save some time. But anyway. Now that that's done, let's have Dio go ahead and do a little bit of mop-up. Since that's kind of what everybody's doing, really. Alright, Mr. Butts, how about you do a little bit of defending, actually? I don't know why Leah's just sitting there. I specifically told her to go attack them. Hello there, Mr. Panman. Good friggin' morning to ya. Always good to see more lurking going on. Ow! Why did I do that? Crap. Oh man, I just itched my arm, and that's... So, did I ever mention about the ice thing? So the other day we had, like, basically an ice storm cover everything in a slick sheet of black ice here. And so, truth be told, I kind of have a bad habit of going out and into the ice and snow in, like, a t-shirt and shorts, and then getting weird looks from people. But yeah, no. So I went out there, and I don't see anything because it's black ice. You can't friggin' see it. And there's one specific tile that's in our walkway that clearly got replaced at some point. And that thing is completely smooth while the other ones are kind of worn down. So, the ice kind of went into the cracks, and so I didn't really notice much. Everything was fine up to that point. And then I walk onto that one, and then, yeah, just basically eat it on the ground, so it, like, messed up my arm. I was like, my arm's itchy, let me go and itch that real quick. And sure enough, yeah, no, that's where pain is. There's a pain there, it hurts. Also stream under retro? No! I'm gonna do it this way. Why? Just cause. Reasons. Fine, I'll go put it under friggin' retro! Gah! Okay, there we go. Let's see, let's push this thing. Search for game. Retro. Okay. There we go. I pushed a retro, and then I clicked on it. And then there we go. It's saved. I did the thing. Fine. God. Making me do stuff. Friggin' trying to make success happen or whatever. What is that? Also, yeah, look at these Chuckle Boys being all smart over here. Like, oh man, let's sit back here and heal. This is gonna be great. Nobody will ever get a crit and just insta-kill us. Would never happen. Also, that guy walks off the cliff, and it's hilarious. He's funny beans and whatever. Yeah, we're gonna see, like, this Dio fight infinitely now. Come on. Go attack the weakest. You know you wanna. Alright, so they're both gonna heal him up. Alright, look, Fairy, you've got a 50% chance of doing the right thing here. Could you please stop chuckling it up? That'd be great, thanks. 50% chance. Actually, I think they even have higher odds of throwing the buff at a unit in front of them. And yet that always falls out the window as soon as there's a strong unit that needs some buffing. You know what? In fact, I'll just set them to autonomous. Maybe that'll help out somewhat. Maybe it helps. I tried to figure out some logic that they follow as far as who they target for their buffs. And I thought it was following the heal logic, because it seemed like they were, healing whoever was there, seemed to view their move as a heal. But then, when I would go and tell them, okay, target the one with the lowest health, they still wouldn't necessarily do that, so, I don't know. Because they won't target the one with the most health, because obviously it needs to be healed, that would cause it to be completely ineffective, but if you tell them to target the one with the lowest health, they still won't necessarily do it, plus it's really hard to line that up anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Hopefully at some point somebody will figure it out. And eventually, these paladins will die. Just give them a minute. Love how we had so many crits, and now all of a sudden one refuses to happen. It's like that's literally all he needs, just one. There we go, he got powered up. There we go. There we go, that's more like it. Unfortunately, he survived with 6 health, but, damage variance and all that. You'd think they'd get attack initiative, attacking from behind. Also, hang on, one moment. Yeah, you know what? I'm starting to think that this fight is completely just gonna drag on forever. Dio shanks a paladin! Friggin' episode 45. Because they can't attack, he can't quite break through because his crits didn't quite do enough damage. Oh, bye controller, I didn't need you anyway. By the way, the Salt and Sanctuary run that I was doing yesterday, I'm hoping to have a chance to finish that this afternoon. For anybody that happens to be here from that. That's the plan, anyway. Seriously, you don't want to crit again? Rude. But yeah, it got a little bit stuck towards the end there, but it's actually pretty decently close to being finished. Because like with that one, I got all the way to the dome, so that the dome is like kind of, if you compare it in Dark Souls terms, the dome is like the equivalent of Anor Londo, basically. Like once you get to that point, you've got a whole bunch of bosses all of a sudden, and then you basically like everything opens up because you suddenly get all of your big traversal moves and all that. And then at that point, you can just, like, start going and blazing through all these different areas and whatever else. And aside from a few iffy jumping puzzles, it's basically just going to be, like, get as much damage as possible and completely wreck bosses from that point onward. Like, percentage-wise, it's maybe only, like, 30% of the way into the game. But yeah, you can go way faster after that. Which is nice. And you literally can go way faster after that, actually. Man, that game's fun. See, did you murder your computer yesterday? Not exactly. So it's funny because during lunch, the power had gone out. So like, okay, power went out. Whatever. They're doing some kind of construction outside. So yeah, they knocked out the power lines. The electric company comes out. They go ahead and they fix it. And then immediately afterwards, they end up knocking out the internet for the entire place too. So then they had to come out and fix it. So, yeah, it was a bit of an interesting time. Let's see, did you lose troops in that Dio division, or did you voluntarily leave him alone with a ferry? While I would voluntarily leave him with a ferry, no, he actually did lose a bunch of units, and right now he's just endlessly chopping at these guys, hoping to get a crit at some point. Also, hang on, stepping away for just one sec here.